One of the themes for Reconciliation Week this year is truth-telling. And I believe it's really important for us as a community, both Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal, to find the truth, to uncover the stories of the past. And I believe once we do that, that helps us to move forward.
There's a lot of people around in Australia who don't understand the significant hardships Aboriginal people faced back then, and back then could be thousands of years ago, it could be 100 years ago, and it could be something as simple as 60 years ago. When we talk about back then, we mean it means multiple layers of generational stuff. Me being in my mid-30s, there is definitely stuff that's happened to my family.
You know, when I was in school, I had to learn all about the white history, the British history, you know. Why? Why did I have to learn that? Well, it's part of being in this country. So the history of this country is also everyone's history.
When Aboriginal people talk about trauma that's happened in the past, we tend to get a bit emotional about it, because it does have a direct impact to what we do now and how we live in our current family environments, and it does help and it does impact every decision that we do going forward.
You know, we learn about all sorts of incidences that happened in other parts of the world, you know, the First World War, the Second World War. We've just had Anzac Day and we remember what happened because we don't want to repeat that. So that's why it's important for us to remember what's happened in the past so we don't repeat it, keep repeating that. This isn't about blame, this is just about people understanding their history, this history of this country.
It is hard for Aboriginal people not to be emotionally invested in talking about the hardships.
One of the truth-telling stories in my family is finding personal government files on my parents and their grandparents. And I'm holding those files in my hands. And when you see them, they're thick, full of writings, letters, correspondence, little bits and pieces telling the story of my parents' and my grandparents' lives.
I think it's definitely important that we do engage and do talk to each other about our history, our culture, and that, you know, it's for me being Aboriginal, obviously, I know I like to engage with lots of different people from different cultures and get more of an understanding about where they come from so that I can let them know where I come from and we can share this journey together.
But as I've read through these files and I've read the stories, some of it's been very painful to read. But you know, this knowledge has given me power because it's informed me more about the history of the past and why we find ourselves where we are today as Australians. And I think this information can make a difference for all of us. I can make a difference and you can make a difference. But I think coming together and sharing these stories is so an important part of this journey together.
Treat every Aboriginal person differently because you definitely should. And you shouldn't paint us all with the same colour of paint because we are all different.
But, you know, it helps us grow and mature as a country when we can take on board these difficult stories and conversations and have it without taking a personal offence.
Sometimes you just have to have that hard conversation and be honest and say, this is what happened, and you just have to hear what I'm going to say because you're not getting out of this room until I tell you.
It's painful, the past can be painful, you know, to uncover the truth. But actually we need to do that to help us heal and move forward.